Welcome to another session in Microsoft Word Processor with Mr. TJ Zinda here, and today we are going to discuss about table of contents in Microsoft Word as well as cover pages. Now you know that table of contents in Microsoft Word is an automatically generated list of documents, headings, chapters or sections including their respective page numbers. It acts as a clickable navigation outline that helps readers identify structure and jump to specific sections commonly placed at the beginning of the document. So we normally place the table of contents at the beginning of our document. So to do this, I'm going to go to layout, and then I apply the section break so that I can go to the next page and open up space for inserting my table of contents. Okay, now for table of contents, then I have to go to references. This is where I have table of contents, but you also need to look at the video that we have published previously on styles so that you know how to add styles first before you apply table of contents. Please apply styles to your main headings, subheadings, subheadings to your Word document before you apply table of contents. So remember, we said for you to do that, you go to Home tab. Right under Home tab, this is where you have your styles. Okay, so identify your main headings, your subheadings and your subheadings. Okay, so we said for main headings, what we are going to do is we are going to give them heading 1, right? And we work with the format painter to make sure that we select all the main headings in our document so that we can apply heading 1. As well as your subheadings, you apply heading 2, subheadings heading 3. So this is what you are going to do to apply styles to your Word document. Now after that, then you come to table of contents. Okay, in your first page, okay, you go to references. After references, you are going to see table of contents groupings. Then apply this arrow going down. We are going to see this built-in table of contents that you have. So if you can apply any one of these, for example, I'm going to take automatic table 2. If I apply that, you can actually see that it is automatically added to my document. Okay, so this is what I have. This is my table of contents. So you can actually see that it is showing me page numbers for each and every heading and subheading. Okay. All right, so let's go back again to table of contents. Now in this case, I'm going to talk custom table of contents so that I can customize table of contents according to my layout. So in this case, we can choose whether we want to show page numbers, whether we want to do the alignment. It's up to us as well. And also here, formats, I can take any format of my choice, be it can be classic, it can be any of this formal one, and this is what we have. Okay, all right, so we can choose from all these templates. The fancy one, okay, let's try to take the formal one in this case, and these are the levels of headings that I have. I can also look at the options and add anything else that is not in my heading. Okay, I can look at the available styles in this case. Okay, right, and then I can say okay, so this is what we are going to see. Okay, now we have a situation that maybe we have added in our draft, maybe we have moved. You can actually see that this is our page 3. Maybe we have moved this subheading. Let me just continue checking. Maybe page moved number 5. So it's now on the next page, which is page number 4. Okay, but then we need to update this in our table of contents. Okay, so if I go back to our table of contents, you can actually see that it's still on page number 3. Okay, so I'm going to double click on my table of contents, and this is what I'm going to see. Let me just make sure that everything is highlighted there. Now if I right click, update field, I'm going to update only page numbers, right, because that section is moved to the next page. If I say okay, let me go and check number 5. Can you see that it's now on page number 4, which is what we're trying to do. Now the next thing that we want to look at, we have another subheading which is not included in our table of contents, maybe because after editing our final draft, we have now come to conclusion, and we want to make sure that the conclusion is part of our table of contents, but it is not there as we are speaking right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to home here under styles groupings. I'm going to make sure that I select it under a certain heading. In this case, we're going to give it main heading, so I'm going to select heading 1. Okay, now then after that I go back to my table of contents. Table of contents is my table of contents. Then I do the same, right click. Now in this case I go to update field, and I want to update the entire table. Remember, conclusion is not there in our table of contents, but I'm now updating the entire table. Then I say okay. Now let's go at the end of our table. You can now see that we now have conclusion. Okay, so this is what we have. Okay, so let's cross over to table to insert. We want to insert cover page. I'm going to do page break again, layout, and then let me apply page break. Okay, now we want to insert cover page. So I go to the insert tab, and this way I have my cover pages. So I'm going to see all these built-in cover pages, or I can actually go to the office and search for some other cover pages that I want. Okay, let's say I'm going to take this one, right, and it will come as this way. Now I can add information. Maybe it's my document title is talking about, I can say table of contents. Inside table of contents, so I'm going to type table of contents, right? Maybe here I'll say cover page. Okay, then the next thing that I want, in this case, I can do all sorts of editing. My company name, company address. Okay, you are also allowed to adjust this document to make sure that it meets your demand by adding other control tools under text here. So this way you have this document property. You can add field. Maybe you want to add the date field, so you can add the date field from this, create date, and this is what you can do. Anything that you want to add to your cover page, you can find it here. Okay, so this is how you play around with cover pages. Okay, so in this session we have covered how to insert table of contents. We have covered how to insert cover pages. Okay, if you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section. If you've got something that you want to add again that I didn't cover in this session, please let me know in the comment section so that we can improve in our next session. Thank you very much. Please don't forget to subscribe. See you in our next session. Thank you.